Imagine you were that new kid, and when you walked into a classroom, you noticed everyone was wearing red-colored underwear on their heads. They looked ridiculous to you, and you were trying not to laugh at them. But in the meantime, they all started laughing at you because you didn't wear red-colored underwear on your head. This may be an absurd example, but this is how different cultures can sometimes interact with each other. There is this distinct lack of understanding. And this social dilemma will be put to the ultimate test as the thousands of different cultures from around the world flow into multiple nations as part of the ever-expanding immigration flow. But we hear the word culture nearly every day. What is the true definition of culture? According to dictionary.com, culture is the particular beliefs or ethics of a social or ethnic group. So, that leads me back to the question, who was wrong? You or the students wearing red underwear on their heads? If culture is indeed the particular beliefs of a social group, you obviously came from a different culture. Hence, if you think about it, this isn't a question of right or wrong, but a question of acceptance and understanding. And this lack of understanding is what causes devastating social problems such as racism, segregation, and apartheid, which have all occurred throughout the history of humankind. And that is why today I'm going to talk about how and why countries need to establish multicultural societies. So, what is multiculturalism? Well, in my personal belief, it's the concept that different cultures can coexist peacefully in a single nation. And what do some countries have to say about this seemingly wonderful idea? Well, in much of Western Europe, efforts to create a multicultural society have utterly failed, according to German Chancellor Angela Merkel, France's ex-president Nicolas Sarkozy, and British Prime Minister David Cameron. Now, that's a pretty strong statement. But there is a layer of depth to this. Multiculturalism has failed because it hasn't reached its stage of maturity. Just like that caterpillar in that cocoon, it takes a lot of time to become that beautiful butterfly. Just look at the United States. 143 years after Black emancipation, then America elected its first African-American president. The United States is not a perfect multicultural society. It does, however, represent a changing demographic that is slowly reforming our world. Some may say that the difference between America and Europe is that it's possible to be an American in a matter of years. Yet European identity stretches back generations. If this divergence is allowed to happen, there won't simply be a cultural divide, but a national rift that will split the peoples of this world. And why this may be happening now? Just look at the statistics. All across Europe and developed nations, birth rates are falling and populations are graying. It is estimated by in 2050, 1 in 3 Europeans will be 65 or older. The salad of cultures has started, and we forgot to add the dressing that was needed to unify the different people. I don't have all the solutions, but I do have 3 ideas that correlate with the integration of identity and the integration of host country values. So, let's first start off with identity. We need to get away from this idea. If you're not born European or whatever ethnicity, there's no way to become that true citizen. And this will always be a challenge for immigrants, for no matter how hard they try, they will always remain as that Turk, that outsider, and they will always be remained with the stereotypes that come with it. Secondly, acceptance. Let's all for a moment accept the fact that we're all part of a sovereign nation, and let's act in accordance and in unity. We need this sharing of different cultures to have a same mutual understanding. My third one is language. It is advantageous, in fact, desirable for an immigrant to learn his or her host country's language. That does not mean he or she must forsake his or her mother tongue. I believe that all these solutions can come together. People will be able to unite under one flag, held together by the diversity of the nation and the love for their roots. So, don't worship diversity, celebrate it. So, I may be talking about Europe and the US, so how does this relate to us, right? We're in Thailand. Well, a few weeks ago, a teacher asked what the special occasion was on Wednesday. Everyone said, that Gangnam Style guy, Psy was coming to town. But yeah, that's cool and everything. Maybe we can learn about Korean K-pop. But we forgot about the culture right at our doorsteps. That day was also Loi Krathong. It seems as if we're stuck in this miniature enclave. And we regard other cultural traditions as something so trivial as red underwear. This integration concept, we can use it in our lives. It makes us more aware of the country and of where we live. And that is important, considering we are the guests. So, until we try to learn Thailand's culture or the culture of any other place we choose to reside in, we cannot call ourselves multicultural. So, here's a challenge for the international community here at ISB. How multicultural can you be? Thank you.